Someone has told you to make your Moodle GDPR compliant, and most of what you'll find online about it is legal theory. Let's skip that. Here's a concrete list of things you, as the administrator, actually need to do to set this up inside Moodle. There are 5 things, and Moodle has a dedicated tool for each. We'll set them up in the order that actually works. First, decide who is responsible. Here's a privacy officer role with the data privacy capabilities assigned to a real person. But creating the role isn't enough. You have to tell Moodle to use it. On the Data Privacy Settings page, you have to assign that role to your privacy officer so that this is who Moodle notifies the moment someone requests their data. Turn on Contact the Privacy Officer too. That's what gives your users a route to file a request in the first place. Scroll down and save changes. If you skip this, requests arrive with no owner and quietly pile up, which is itself a compliance failure. It is safe to assign the activated privacy officer role to a backup person as well, so requests don't stall when someone's on leave. To do that, go to Site Administration, Users, Permissions, Assign System Roles. Click on the privacy officer role. In the right-hand column, search for the user or users you want to assign the role to, select them, and click Add. These are the people who Moodle notifies the moment someone requests their data. The second thing to do on the list is setting up the data registry, and this is the foundation. So we do it before we touch any actual request. This is where you declare, inside Moodle, what data you hold, why you're allowed to, and how long you keep it. It's built from 2 things: categories, which label a type of data, and purposes, which carry the reason and the retention period. Create a purpose and set its lawful basis. For workplace training, that's usually legal obligation, or contract, for which you also set a retention period, say 3 years since the learner last logged in, and then also check the protected box for records you're legally required to keep, so a delete request can't wipe them early. Then the step everyone forgets. Select the very top node in the tree, Site. Set your category and purpose there, and save. That's your site-wide default now. Do this, and 2 things are true. Moodle can flag data that's outlived its retention, and a deletion request will respect that retention instead of wiping everything. Get this in place first to make the rest work. Third thing to do on the list, and this is the part GDPR specifically requires, setting up data requests. This is the queue. A user clicks data request in their profile to either export their personal data or have it deleted, and it lands here for your privacy officer to take action. Here's an export request. You approve it, and Moodle assembles a file of the personal data it can reach through its privacy system, as far as your plugins support it. And here's an erasure request. Approving it runs Moodle's deletion workflow, and because we set retention up first, it deletes what it should and keeps what you're required to keep. Your data privacy officer still decides whether to grant it. Now you've built in your right of access and right to be forgotten. The fourth thing to do on the list, and almost everyone misses this one, is checking the plugin privacy registry. It lists every plugin on your site and whether it properly implements Moodle's privacy API. Here's the catch. If a plugin is non-compliant, its data won't be included when you export someone's data, and it won't be deleted when you process an erasure request. So personal data quietly survives inside that plugin, and you'd never know it from the request itself. Check this list, and be cautious with any plugin that can't be brought into line. And recheck it after every plugin install or upgrade. The fifth and final thing to do on the list is setting up policies. Here you can find the active privacy policy. You can view and edit it, or create a new one. One setting makes or breaks if the policy is actually active. For that, we have to go to Site Administration, Users, and under Privacy and Policies, select Policy Settings. Here, the site policy handler has to be set to Policies Tool _ Policy, or nothing you publish gets enforced. Once it is, you publish your site and its privacy policies, and users must consent at their next login. Moodle then records each acceptance against a version and timestamp, which is your evidence that consent was given. So, 5 things to set up: a privacy officer, your data registry and retention, the request queue, the plugin check, and consent. Do those 5 things, and you've covered what the administrator is genuinely responsible for under GDPR. You can find a full written guide in the link below. Check it out on the Solon Moodle Guides page at solon.co/guides. That's solon.co/guides.